Guys, today I have something big I need to reveal. Could it be that everyone are actually wrong right now and that the next major move is actually going to be something that most people are not prepared for? Guys, today I need to give you the latest regarding this. I need to show you what I see happening for Bitcoin in the near term, in the long term, and what I am personally doing as well. So welcome back everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. So what you can see for Bitcoin is that we actually had a double top here. So we went up, you did have this first top, you did have a second lower top, and once we broke the neckline, we did see a drop down here to 29,344. So the massive red line up here is still acting as big resistance for Bitcoin on the shorter time frames. So this is still the first one we need to break right now. And I would not be surprised if we do see a little bit longer consolidation inside of the orange box here, but we are going to eventually break through this level. That is what I believe. And if we look at the longer term charts, they are still looking pretty good. Of course, we did break out of this falling wedge right here, and we are still above it, which is fine. And also this parabolic trend line is still intact. So the parabolic trend line, you can see we've been hitting it multiple times right here. We have one candle right now resting on it, actually, this weekly candle. So on the parabolic channel here, we are still, or the parabolic trend line, it is still holding up the Bitcoin price. So that is a good sign. As for traditional markets, guys, traditional markets have actually gone down a little bit. And you can see that we have gone down to the $4,476 level. So we've gone down, we've hit this 2 times already. And this looks a little bit weak right now, like it looks a little bit weak. Traditional markets making this trend of having lower highs and even, lower lows here. So traditional markets starting to look a little bit weak right now. The question is if it's just a temporary breather or if we are going to see a trend reversal, meaning we go from bullish to bearish. Well, let's talk about something big. So what you can see is that right now, the inflation is actually being reported to come in higher than expected from the Cleveland Fed. So what you can see here is that 3.0% is reported for June, at 3.4% in July, and 4.1% in August. So inflation is set to begin rising again, just as a Fed pause is expected. That is why the Fed is leaving all possibilities on the table. The fight against inflation continues. And also, if you look at the trueflation, we can also see that the trueflation has begun to plateau a little bit here and even start to come up a little bit. So we plateaued, we went down to 2.16% on trueflation, and then we came up a little bit and we're starting to potentially trend up a little bit here in August. So potentially you could see the inflation have a little bit of a comeback. And this is, of course, not what the Fed wants to see. And it's completely against what the market believes also. And even the Fed themselves. Look at this. Fed's Harker says our forecast is not that inflation might spike back up. So even the, and they say here, really, have they seen the Cleveland Fed update today? But the Fed in general are not really expecting inflation to come up. And this is what they're communicating to the market. And of course, the market is acting accordingly. In fact, if you look at the probabilities, 86% believes that there's going to be no rate hike in the next meeting, which takes place in September. So, of course, if inflation comes in high, then you could see this drastically change. You could see more pessimism come into the market. And then, of course, Bitcoin, traditional markets are going to go down a little bit. Now, is this worrisome in the long term? For me, no, because I still see Bitcoin as very, very bullish right now. I still see that the ETF news, we are going to see an ETF being approved, whether it takes a couple of weeks, whether it takes a couple of months, even if it takes up to half a year, we are going to see that being approved eventually. And so this is why I am just in buy the dip mode right now. Every single dip is meant for buy-in. So yes, short-term swings due to maybe inflation making a bit of a comeback, whatever it is. Of course, this is something we need to keep track of for the short-term trades. But long term, my stance is still the same. Now, I am going to make a dedicated video and release it later today, as I have promised, on the bots, massive updates on the trading bots and all of my trades coming up later today, guys. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. I will just say that we're still at massive profit. However, the bots are still stuck holding positions here. So yeah, this is what's up, and I will keep you updated on this as always, guys. But big update coming later on today. Make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. Guys, this is what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.